display a great deal of that, what we have come to know over the years as Packer class, if that's not a contradiction in terms. I got a hunch he's going to revel in it. He certainly did in his latest blog item. Carl Gerbschmidt has suddenly surfaced after we couldn't get him on Friday. Isn't that funny? You must not have been as confident going into this game. You didn't make yourself available late in the week, but now that there was
I just want to make sure that you understand that I was there. I was at work. I had arranged, because I don't think Gary was around.
Yeah.
I had arranged it with Gary, and I don't know who you had working for you instead of Gary.
Right.
I was around.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Maybe there was just some...
I was there. I've always been here for you, Dan.
It must be some kind of communication breakdown.
Must be.
Yeah, it's got to be what it is.
And I am going to be very gracious, and because that's how we are in Wisconsin.
Well, not in the blog.
It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining.
Yeah.
And there's nice, crisp fall weather, and it's just a beautiful day.
Well,
how's it over in Minnesota today?
Can I read a couple things from your blog?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I wrote that last night.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I'd call it humble. Do you people in Minnesota care so little about quality that you put that garbage out there? These teams represent you. They reflect how you live your life, and if you don't stand up and demand something more, then it's almost like you're a raccoon in the middle of the road waiting for a semi to crush your skull, grind your pelt into the gravel, and create one of those long red lines in the road. And you don't mind. You don't even care. My wife has a slogan for people like you. She would say, grow a set. And if you have to ask what that means, you really need to do just that. That's piling on, Carl.
I think that's advice. I think that's kind of just, first of all, I feel terrible for you people. I really, if you weren't such rotten, horrible people, not all of you are rotten, horrible people.
Yeah.
Many of you are rotten, horrible people. I feel kind of sorry for you. I mean, it's like, this just has to be just the worst thing in the world to have to be represented by that. That's just the most pathetic, rotten, terrible display of football I have ever seen. What do you think of my idea? About moving them back, like Division I soccer.
The England's soccer system, where basically if you're at the bottom,
you go down a thing, and you don't get to play with the real teams anymore.
Yeah,
and then they move some other team up.
It's not a bad thought. I'd like to argue with you, but based on the way the Purple played, when did you know it was over yesterday?
I think after I finished the second bratwurst when I was tailgating. It was over before you even got there. Why did you even bother to show up? Well, because you didn't really show up.
No.
But why did you bother to get a plane ride? I mean, Dwight Smith could have celebrated from his house, I guess. It doesn't mean that much to him.
Well, there was a couple. People were cracking a couple good jokes in the sidelines.
Well, it doesn't mean much to him.
No, it apparently doesn't.
Seriously, is that all you think about if you're football? If that's the kind of attitude that you have, no wonder. No wonder it's not, because, football, if you want to play well at football, Dan, you have to commit. You have to be committed.
You don't play, Carl.
You want to win. Do you think Vince Lombardi ever said to his people, hey, it doesn't matter, just go home, have some good times after, because that's the game. I mean, do you think he ever said that?
No, it's unlikely.
I don't think so.
No, it's unlikely, I have to say. I'm embarrassed, too, because I thought your club would win, but I thought it would be competitive. And
Why would you think that?
Well, because the Vikings have had several competitive games against your club.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
But your club...
That was when you actually had a halfway... Well, I don't even say they're good.
Yeah.
But I would say that they were marginally competitive.
Now
it's just a joke.
Now, there's one part of the blog that kind of offended me.
What?
Where you say, and you refer to him as Adrienne Peterson.
Yeah, that's because she's like a little girl.
You say
we can't play football with the big boys.
We were cheering after he got hurt. That seems classless to me.
Well, I guess I don't know if it's a contact sport.
Well, yeah, I'm aware of that.
Get hurt, and what you want to do is, have you never heard the expression "knock you out"?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, A.J. Hawkins heard that expression.
Yeah.
Nick Barnett has heard that expression.
Right.
If you can take the other team's best player out, and if that, by the way, is your best player, you're even worse than I think. If you can knock him out of the game, then do it. Just knock him out of the game. I saw Kenichi Uduzu, whatever his name was, try to throw an elbow at Brett. tried to kill him. I'm surprised they didn't throw him out of the league.
That was inadvertent.
Oh, yeah, inadvertent. Well, pretty much him showing up was inadvertent. You know, it's like, first of all,
let me ask you this.
If you're hurt someone, Knesset Uduzu, you might as well try a little harder, or if you're or maybe you're just such a pathetic football player, you can't even do that right.
Do you have, you consider yourself a religious man, do you not, Carl?
Well, I go to church, yeah.
Yeah, I would assume that more than once you have thanked the good Lord that you worship, that Brad Childress was denied the opportunity to get on that plane to come to Green Bay because...
No, I don't think God had much to do with that.
You don't?
No, I thank Ziggy Wilf. That's who I thank. I thank the fact that this guy is so impulsive and so... You know, he can't restrain himself, and when he fired Mike Tice, who, by the way, is not a terrible coach, he's not a complete moron. You know, he was 9-7, and he fired him because he just had an impulse one day to get rid of it, and so he hires this guy who, honestly, we get all your press conferences and we get to see all this stuff.
Yeah.
Who could be inspired by listening to this guy? Look, like I say, I feel terrible for you people.
I think.
Don't you? Isn't it depressing? Isn't it just the worst feeling in the world? I can't even imagine it.
I think he could inspire a book club circle. Maybe that'd be about it.
Show up on time and read the book?
I don't know. You know what? My job is to argue with you, Carl, on this, but I've got no guns. I've got no bullets in the gun.
Football. Let's talk about the Cowboys and the Packers coming up. Because that game might be kind of close. Dallas might keep that close for a while.
Would you fire Brad Childress today if you were...
No, I think I should keep him forever. I mean, I feel bad for you,
yeah.
But keep him around. What the heck? I mean, give him another chance. That's what I say. Give him another chance.
Yeah.
For 5 more years.
Well, I don't know what to say to you.
Because I'm right. I got no.
Did you stay for the whole game?
Yeah, pretty much. It got a little boring. We want to see Aaron Rodgers play.
Yeah, well, he looked good.
I did. Let me think. Who looked better yesterday? Aaron Rodgers or Brooks Bollinger?
Yeah. And
I expected more from Brooks Bollinger because he came from the University of Wisconsin. So I expected a little more from him. But he was terrible. He was terrible.
Yeah, we've got issues right now.
No, you don't have even a professional football team. I can't even figure out how you won 3 games. How did you do that?
Well, because we've played better than we looked yesterday. I mean, we were non-competitive. Now, did you have an opinion on the Vikings' decision at first to not pay Troy Williamson for that week's salary?
I don't see why you pay him at all. First of all, if he played for the Packers, he wouldn't take the time off because he would think it was important to show up for work.
Yeah.
So it shows you a lack of leadership that some guy just thinks he can take like a whole week off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And second of all, a nice decision making on your team's part. You know, like, we're gonna fire you. No, I guess we're not. And then so it's like, what message are you sending? What are you? What do you have any discipline at all? If you make a decision, even if it's a bad one, you might want to try to stick with it for a while. I mean, you might want to. It's like Ziggy Wilf. It's like he just makes a decision.
Yeah.
And then he decides, well, no, I'm gonna change my mind. No, I'm gonna change my mind. Well, he's a nut. I think he's got something in his head that's a little bit off.
Well, here's the thing. I think your biggest enemy is that you're peaking too soon.
The Bears are our enemy.
Well, I know the Bears are your rival, but I think you're peaking too soon. I think that you should wish that the playoffs are starting next week, because I think you'd be favored in the NFC, but. Problem is, there's too much of the season.
Better. What are you talking about?
Well, you're not going to keep.
Did you see? We had a running back run for over 100 yards. We got a running game now.
Yeah. Where'd you get that guy?
From the Giants.
Yeah. He looked pretty good.
They're terrible judges of talent.
Well,
this guy's got some serious wheels on him. He had 80 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah,
I thought that was one thing that your team was supposed to be good at.
I think we were moping a little bit. I think our club might have been doing some moping.
Moping?
Yeah.
Why? It's football. You gotta be ready to play.
I don't think we were ready to play. I'd like to tell you otherwise, but I mean, I didn't see it.
Is there any way do you play Detroit anymore?
I think we do. Yeah, I think we still have another.
Why don't you go after that Kittner?
Well,
why don't you get Knesset Uduzu or whatever his name is to go get Kittner?
What's your problem? Why don't you exhibit a little class?
It's football.
So football is